Okay, so actually how it started was, Micah's was not in existence until 2006. I started with a little small store called The Boys Place on the Plaza, and that was in 1998. And then I went from The Boys Place on the Plaza, being broken into four times actually, and then moving over to Crown Center. And that was in the 20, I think, no, well, actually moving to Crown Center about 1999. And I was at Crown Center for about almost 13 years. And we had a children's store called The Kids Place. And then we opened up Micah's, and Micah's was opened in 2006. And then it's been Micah's ever since. We closed our kids store, or we integrated everything in our stores, kids, and we actually sold men's at that location too. And then we've just been Micah's ever since. And now we strictly sell women's clothing, accessories from size 4 to 24, and really solving problems that women have in their fashions, dressing themselves, trying to, the self-esteem that goes along with dressing yourselves. So our mission statement is like this: we encourage women to step out of the box, to dare to live courageously in fashion, to inspire them to be their own kind of beautiful, regardless of their body image, their body size, so that they can live free, whole, and abundant. So that's our mission here. So, well, I have 4 sons, and my sons now are 35, almost 34, 31, and 30. So I did not see clothing for children, for boys specifically, that were fashionable. So I decided that I was going to open a store, and it was really tough in the beginning because no one had a boy store. That was like unheard of. When I would go to the marketplace, they would discourage me from opening the boy stores because they would say, oh, nobody's going to buy boys' clothes. And I said, no, I would buy boys' clothes if I saw the things that I would want. So that just motivated me to actually buy boys' clothes and open a store on the Plaza. Yeah. My inspiration was actually my mom. My mom was a master tailor, and she had been a seamstress probably since she was 16 years old, but she had grew such a wonderful business, and I just watched her. I watched her design. I watched her draw. I would go to some of her appointments with her. Now, let me just make this clear. I did not want to be sewing. I was just like, this is too much. Some people didn't pay her on time or wouldn't pay her, left her hanging. So I was determined that that was not going to be my life, but it ended up being my life. Well, actually, I was 8 years old, and I made a skirt. And that was my first piece. My mother helped me make a skirt at 8. I had a sewing machine, and I was devastated because I went to my cousin's house, and I tore it. And I was like, so I was happy, and then I was sad. It was no more skirt after that, no more sewing. I was like, I'm done with sewing. And I didn't. I stopped sewing. I didn't sew again until I was in high school, and I was really not 100% into sewing. I think my love for fashion came along the way as I was developing my own style, how I like things, looking at my mom and looking how she was just so well put together all the time. She would take us to some of these renowned stores like Hall's, which is one of the stores I'm dying to get my line in. But, and we would look at the clothing, but what was unique about my mother, genius about my mother, she would look at the item and we would go home and she would just recreate the same thing. And that was amazing to me. Now, you asked me if I fashion design like that. I can, and it amazes me every time that I do it because I didn't get a certain education. I didn't go to school for it. I just watched her and I learned from her, and I just believe that she's gone on and transitioned to be with the Lord, her and my dad, but she left me the gift. And so I'm grateful to have it, and I'm always trying to get better at it because I know I didn't have her specific kind of education because she was taught some of it, but some of it was just revelation knowledge for her. So, yep, that's how fashion design came about. I didn't. I was just at Longview, honestly, just to get my basics. But I did want to go to fashion school. Now, as I was in high school, getting ready to decide where I was going to go, I mean, I went to Boston University to kind of take a tour. I also went to Columbia for Stevens College. I was really thinking about going that direction. I even looked at Atlanta. I wanted to go out there. I just wanted to be anywhere where I felt like there was fashion, a lot of creativity, because that's where a lot of it is birthed out of it. You know, just going into museums and looking at things, so much creativity. But my mother was like, no, you're going to go to Longview and you're going to get your basics, and then we'll see what happens after that. And of course, what happened after that was I went to the military. So I went to the military, and so fashion was put on a hold. I was in the Army for 6 years. I went active duty. I was active duty only for 6 months or 7 months, but then I came back and did reserves for the remaining part. And then soon after that, I got married. So fashion it stopped, so to speak. And then that's where the boys' place came about. I had 4 sons back to back. We weren't having any girls. It's been a roller coaster. It's been a roller coaster ride.
I am Vincent Irving, aka DJV. If you need to reach out to us here, just to contact us, communicators, you can always leave a comment, but you can email us. Vincent Irving, aka DJV, at gmail.com. That's Vincent Irving with an IRVING, aka DJV at gmail.com. Please like, share, and subscribe.
You know, one of the pivotal moments in my career, I guess my career, being an entrepreneur, a business owner, was the failures that I had to kind of figure out what I was going to do next. So in 2008, that's when the market crashed, and that impacted our store. At that time, I had a partner who was a nice lady, but she decided that she no longer wanted the store that we had partnered on, which was Micah's, because I had the kids' place was mine, and then I had Micah's was hers and mine. And this was before the crash, but when I tell you, it's like, what do you do? Like, I had all this stuff in the store, and nobody was shopping. Nobody was buying anything. And yes, the creditors are calling. The sales taxes are not being made. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. It was just like I was all over the place trying to figure out. And I would have to thank my mom and my dad. My mom came to the rescue, you know, and also just researching. It was not like I was sitting up here thinking, okay, what am I doing? But sitting still, I was like trying to figure out what I'm going to do with all of this merchandise, no one to sell it to, all these creditors. Now I have 2 stores that I'm responsible for. So I start consolidating, and I start just any idea. I think creativity is the best. I mean, not in place of money. You do need money, but you have to be creative thinking in order to move to the next, you know, or make the next move. And so that's what I did. So I was trying everything. I mean, you name it, I was trying it. I was like, I am not going down without a fight. And we didn't. So that was 2008. That was a memorable moment because I lost everything. I mean, I was losing my house. I was losing everything. And so I was at a place where I wasn't really that balanced. My store was me. Unfortunately, I had to get some therapy. But my store was me, and I felt like I let down my family. I was just at the lowest of the low. I remember running, jogging in the morning, looking at the neighborhood that I was about to have to leave, and just feeling like I was such a loser. But on the other side, what I found out that my father and my mother was like, well, we here. And I was surprised. I shouldn't have been surprised, but I was surprised because I'm always trying to make sure that I take care of myself and everything, and even bad mistakes. I want to make sure I own it, I fix it. But they were like, listen, you're not going down. And I remember crying on the phone. I was in my house, and I called my mom, and I was like, you know, I'm a loser. You know, I would tell her I was a loser, but she knew I was at the lowest. And so she called my dad, get on the phone. Anna's on the phone, get on the phone. She needs your help. And so they helped me. They helped me rebuild. And then not too long after that, probably like a year, my mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And so then me leaving the house, everything started making sense to me because I was like, why is this happening? But I needed to be with them. I needed to be with my dad. And it was a struggle because we didn't know exactly what it was going on with her. So, and anybody who's had a parent that has had Alzheimer's, it is the most horrible thing because they turn in front of you, they change. And it changed all the relationships I had with people, relationships with my, at that time I had a relationship. Everything changed for me because I was like, I don't care about anybody. I'm just trying to figure this out. And then of course you go hide at work. So I was hiding at work most of the time. So that was a big pivot for me. But my store stood. I figured it out. I had one employee. Her name was Takia, and when I got out here to Lee Summit, because I moved from Crown Center to Lee Summit, I moved in 2019. I'm sorry, 2010. I'm sorry. I've been out here. This is the 14th year. So yeah, I moved out here in 2010, at the beginning of 2010, and I've been out here ever since. But, you know, I just rebuild. I started with one employee, just doing, just reaching for everything, anything that was free, like informational, just going down to the Truce, trying, on Truce they have that incubator, any and everything. But then learning lessons along the way about trusting people, not trusting people, feeling some kind of way.
I'm Vincent Irving, aka DJV, host of DJs and Entertainment for sure. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Coming up soon, we have a dive into history here on D&E, but definitely entertainment is connected. Mr. Trey Vulnerable. Not sure if you're familiar with the Homestead Act, 1863. A lot of American citizens who were not this shade were able to get land given by the government. He and his family were one of those people, but he does look like us. So stay tuned for that story coming up soon on D&E, DJs and Entertainment. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you're just listening, all you got to do is go to YouTube, type in these letters, DJVNKC, those letters, DJVNKC, and you will get right here to D&E, DJs and Entertainment. Thanks.
Okay, so my son I have 4 sons, and they're all amazing, handsome men. And my youngest son and my middle son were at college. They both had scholarships, football scholarships. And so after the second son, or the second oldest son, graduated, and so my last son came to us and said, Mom, I've been working on something. Y'all don't know. And I'm like, working on something? Because, full ride. We ain't paying, right? Nobody.
So you like, hey.
What you been working on? So he decided to leave his scholarship or leave the school, and he wanted to come back home, and he wanted to pursue movies. And so he's been doing that. So at first, I was like, okay, what are movies? So, I wasn't really sure what that looked like. But he had a plan, and he still has a plan. So we started out having auditions in the store, and it was so funny. We would be having signs for people to come into the store to audition. That was hilarious. Nobody wanted to come because, he's not proven yet. So, but I was like, we're going to do this just step by step. And so this is his 4th movie, and he's award winning. He got Best Director in Los Angeles at one of the film festivals. And he was able to get Benzino. I know he's got a bad rap right now, but he was able to get Benzino with another friend of his help, and another gentleman that was out of Chicago that was a comedian. So he was able to get them in the movie, and that wasn't the first one. The first one we actually he did okay. But he's not proud of that one, so I'm not gonna say it. But we had over 300 people that actually came to that movie. And it was at Tivoli's Theater over there in Westport. That was the very first one. And then this one we actually had, the premiere of it was at Crown Center, and we had about 200 people that came. It was awesome. It was just...
So you said this one, we don't know what this
The Best Day of Your Life. Okay. That's the movie.
Where can we find this?
Okay, so right now it's on Tubi, and it's on Amazon Prime. And he got the first one on Amazon Prime, but now he's just gotten, his craft. He's just getting his craft down more and more and finding out where he needs to get the movie or distribution. So now we're off to the next one.
We're doing life right here.
I know. I know. That's my contractor.
We keeping this.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, that was my contract. Okay. He'll call me back. So the next movie this movie that you can go see on Tubi or Amazon Prime. That one is called The Best Day of Your Life. I'm actually in the film. I play the mom.
Okay.
I play the mom. It is so funny because it was very natural for me to play the mom.
Sure.
I was yelling at my son like I normally yell at him. It was like, didn't we have this conversation before? It was just funny. People enjoyed the scene. I was amazed. I was just shocked. Someone from another state wanted to see if I would come read for them. I was like, no, I'm Team Aaron.
What?
No, I can't.
So, you don't want to start your career
No,
as an actress?
I'm Team Aaron.
Okay.
I'm Team
Well,
Aaron. That's my
okay.
son. So that part, being the actress, that was easy. That wasn't hard for me at all because I was a mom in this scene. Now, this next movie he's actually going to be coming up that we're going to be shooting in April. I'm not going to tell you the name of that yet, but if you go to Random Quality Production, you would actually be able to follow him on his journey. And so, but if you go to, like I said, Best Days of Your Life on Amazon and Tubi, that also helps him because they pay us a little bit for you all viewing it. So we definitely want those dollars to keep coming. Right, exactly. So that shoot starts April. I think we're shooting the weekend of Easter. I think that's when the actor that we're going to be bringing in is coming. And he's a known actor. He's from here. I don't want to tell you his name yet. But we're excited because he's a known. He's already did some work and he has some credibility. So this is exciting. Yeah. Okay, so I am super excited about this year. When Vincent came in my store, he probably saw this cheese like this big.
Exactly.
Everything is not perfect, but it's all in the will of God. I am so excited about what he's doing in my life. So yes, the future is going to be full of fashion design. I'm going to be launching my fashion brand. That's one of the big things that I'm doing because I see that as legacy for myself and also for my family, as well as my son is going to be directing our fourth movie. And I'm an executive producer on that, and also I'm in it. I don't know what I'm doing in it, but I'm just the Jill of all trades, whatever he needs. And my oldest son, it's called Drea Nycole.
Okay.
The fashion brand's called Drea Nycole. My oldest son, who is also in the movies, and he and I are going to collaborate on a music video because he has a streaming song that's out there. So he's music. So I got music, movies, fashion.
You gotta shout that out. We're following the music.
I know, music. Okay, so his name is Alan Michael. So he's got a streaming out there called Roxanne. So we're going to be doing a movie. I'm sorry, not a movie, but we're going to do a video that's going to do some cross marketing for Drea Nycole's line, and of course what he's doing. So we feel like we're not Empire, we're Enterprise. My sons, they're all doing different things, and then of course we have the store. We have added. Now, I started with one person. Now I have 10 women that are helping me move the store along. And that for me is such a blessing. I'm so honored that they choose to work here, to work with me as team members, not really employees. They're like family. So that's a huge thing for me this year. I mean, I am so excited about that part. So yeah, that's what's new. That is really what's new. The movies coming out. The fashion line is going to come out. The store is growing. Our website, internet, website. The website is growing. So we're social media. Thank you. Social media is growing. So,
So it's growing. So how do we get in contact with you?
You can go on micasboutique.com. As far as if you want to purchase items at our stores. Again, we service women from 4 to 24, and our styles are anywhere from casual to formal. We're doing tomorrow. I don't know when this is going to be. We're doing a fashion show for the Deltas. Moms that are going to be having their children at the Cotillion in a few months. So we were honored for that. We were at the Kansas Cityans. They asked us to do a fashion show last year and told me they want us back. So it's just a lot of great things, and I'm not running after anything. Well, I mean, fashion show. So you want to show your wares, so that's the best way. It's a very good marketing and advertising tool. It's not really necessarily a money-making tool for us. It's just an awareness tool for us. Even with my fashion show, I'm planning to have a big, giant fashion show to promote the Drea Nycole line in November. But it is not the money, it's just letting you know what we have. We're going to also have trunk shows for my line, so there'll be a small group of women that we're going to do trunk shows for. You'll be contacted if you want to be contacted. If you think that a line that really serves women that are coaches, that are CEOs, that are consultants, I think speakers, my line would be appealing to you because it would actually address some of the things that you're having problems with. Like wearing something one time and not being able to wear it again is tough for those people that are taking pictures. So I'm creating a line that is workable, that's quality, that is going to be unique when you see it, but not so unique that you can't put it on or put something else with it and keep wearing it. So those are the women that I think that would appeal to my line. So if you do want to see the line, let me know. You can contact me at DreaNycole.com. Oh no, Drea Nycole at MicahsBoutique.com. I know that's long, but you're gonna post it.
Yeah, we're gonna post it.
Drea Nycole at MicahsBoutique.com. You can email me there. Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you so much.